Yeah. Pardon me, Coach.
No problem.
Coach, I'll let you address them initially before we jump into
Yeah, sure.
into the lightning round.
Yep. So, I just wearing this T-shirt today because, Sean McDonald, who was the head coach when I played at the University of New Hampshire, is going through a battle with cancer. And I just wanted to let him know that, we're all thinking about him. We love him a lot. I learned what it means to be tough from him in my coaching career, learned what it means to have willpower, and I know that he's fighting this thing with his family and everybody, who was a Wildcat, everybody who's in the UNH family, and then also, my family, Nina and the kids, and everybody in my family are thinking about him and love him. So I know he's gonna beat this thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is New Hampshire blue.
All right. We'll open up this lightning round, front row, middle. Dave.
Coach B.B. Landers was in here the other day talking about how he thinks a big difference this year why you guys are playing so well is you're practicing more football, and he meant like just 11 on 11, ones on ones. And he's been here for 5 years, and he said they're doing it. You guys are doing it a lot more this year than in the past. Just what's led into that, and are you seeing the same thing he is, that's maybe one of the reasons for your success so far?
I think that we've done we've kept the schedule pretty consistent. Pretty much the same way. We have done a few more 11 on 11 things. I don't know. I think everybody looks at it a little bit differently. I know that there's a good energy right now. I know that guys are enjoying practicing right now, and they're playing with a lot of energy. We do some tempo things at the end of practice. More team oriented, but the schedule really hasn't veered all that much. But I do know guys are playing with a lot of energy right now.
He was exaggerated maybe just a little bit.
I don't know. I'd probably have to go back and look. I think when you look at the preseason, there probably was more team reps, especially when we didn't have pads on. We're really trying to learn how to practice against each other with no pads on. So that's probably what he's referencing. Yeah.
Second row left, Bill.
Ryan, I know you guys are playing a lot with two tight ends, and it looks like maybe Austin's playing some H, at least a little bit. Where is Jalen Gill and trying to get on the field more, and what are you hoping to see more from him?
Well, he's getting an opportunity in practice, and he's the more opportunity you have, the better chance you have to go get on the field. And so that's he's one of those guys that has to step up with this opportunity. And we had a lot of guys in front of him. He's had he's had KJ, he's had Paris, he had CJ, and Austin's playing some H2. We had like you said, 12 personnel, and so now he's getting pushed to the forefront. So he's got to practice to a point where everybody trusts him on the field, and so he's going to have that opportunity. And now it's a matter of what he does with the opportunity.
Right next door, Ari.
Hey Ryan, before you were the head coach here, some widely known, I guess, that you had some other opportunities to be a head coach elsewhere. And I was wondering, during that time, what was your mindset in terms of staying here? Did you foresee, hey, coming back to Ohio State, it's important that I wait for the best opportunity for me? There's a chance that this could happen. What did happen? Can you just take me through the thought process of what you were thinking at the time when you could have left and gone somewhere else?
Yeah, I think it was hard at the time because we were always in the middle of the season. There was so much at stake here every week that it wasn't like it was the off season where you could sit around and think about those kind of things. They were all happening really, really fast. And my family loves Ohio State, and we were tired of moving around, and it's always good to be courted. It's good to have offers, but at the same time, this is where we wanted to be all along. And you never could forecast what was going to happen like this, but we certainly didn't want to move or go anywhere. And especially when you get to a place and you're recruiting certain guys and you get them into your program and you feel like you're building something on offense, that was really good. And I didn't think too much of it, and had those conversations with Coach and with Gene, and felt like this is home, and we're making it home, and we love it here. So,
Prudent does an assistant have to be in terms of not just jumping for the first opportunity, but jumping for the right one?
Yeah, I think that's really important. And it's you can't really everybody's different. It's not one certain way for everybody, but this place is a special place, and I think being an assistant coach or a coordinator here is better than being a head coach at some other places throughout the country. I just think it's that special of a place.
Front row right, Bill.
Jordan Fuller seems to be the guy, if you were going to have a most likely to succeed. He might be that guy on this team in terms of off the field stuff. What would you want to say about him in terms of the academic stuff, the play, obviously, but just him as just a guy?
Yeah, he does everything the way you'd want your son to do it. If you had a daughter, you want her to marry him. I mean, that's the kind of kid he is. He does everything right. He's academic All-American. He's a tremendous football player. He's playing at a high level right now. He's got really good leadership. He does things off the field. He's very, very respectful. He's a team captain. I mean, it's like how many things can you do right? And that's Jordan, and we're really blessed to have him.
Front row right, Austin.
Ryan, I want to respect your injury policy. Just trying to get clarification on Tyreek from last week. Could that have been a precautionary thing, or was that a new thing? I mean, it's in the second half.
Yeah, new thing. Yeah, something new going on, and we'll just continually see how he does today, and then have maybe an update for you tomorrow.
How important is he just to what you guys want to do with that pass rush?
No, he's a big part of it, and he's part of that depth. The good thing is that Larry's recruited well, and we got some good depth there in case he wasn't ready to go, but we got some good guys in there, and if he's ready to roll, then we'll play him. Yeah.
Third row right, Dan.
Ryan, you've talked a lot about toughness, but you've also talked a lot about mental health and breaking down those stigmas. How do you balance those two things between making sure that guys are being tough, but then also making sure that they feel comfortable speaking up when something's not going right?
Yeah, because I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive. Like I don't think if you're tough, then you don't have to be aware of your mental status. And I think they go together. And I think you can be physically tough, mentally tough, and emotionally tough. But along the way, you may need some help getting there. Just like you need help to get physically tough, you need some help to get mentally tough too. And that's okay. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay when you're struggling, and we want to make sure we have that environment. We have guys on the team that need help with that, and they ask for help, and we get them that help. And especially when you're at a place where people care about you, the coaches care about each other, the players care about each other, the staff cares about each other, then they want to be tough. And I think right now I'm proud to say that we've played tough in these first 3 games. Now the challenge is going to be, can we sustain it throughout the season?
Sixth row right, Spencer.
Ryan, you talked early in the season about the depth of the offensive line and how you guys are really excited about that. You put 3 weeks on film now. A lot of those twos on the offensive line have got to play. Do you still feel that confident in the depth there as you did 3 weeks ago before you saw these guys playing in a real game?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because we haven't played 4 full quarters really. So we'll see. We'll see as time goes on, and the season. We get to like midway through the season, probably have a better idea of that. But when the guys have been in there, they've graded out pretty well so far. That being said, there's still a lot to clean up. I keep saying that, but it's true. I mean, there's so many things that are going to show up as the season goes on that we need to get on right away. We got to get them fixed, and so we'll do that. And again, it goes back to how we practice. If guys are practicing at a high level, then they deserve to play. We'll put them on the field.
Far left, Lori.
Coach, just based on what I see on film, it doesn't look like you're holding anything back, but are you a coach who philosophically will hold back certain plays for bigger games later in the season? Are you ever in a situation where you're intentionally withholding something?
No, not really. I mean, I think each game plan is so different that we'll kind of have our base plays that we have, week in and week out, but then we'll also have some game plan plays. And, those plays typically don't fit week in and week out. So if they're on the game plan, we'll typically call them.
Front row right, Tim.
2 questions in one. Number one, Damon Arnett and Jeffrey Okuda. I don't know how much you watched them the last couple of years because of your responsibility, but how much difference do you see in their actual play right now on video? I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, well, I think there's confidence there. I think there's belief in what Jeff's teaching. And, when there is a mistake, it's usually because of their technique, and they went away from the technique that's being taught. But again, this is just week 3. So really want to get a whole body of work in the season to really go back and evaluate where we're at with that. But I do think they're playing with confidence right now. I think you can see that physically. They're playing fast. They're playing tough.
And final questions, front row middle, Joey.
Ryan, this is kind of a bigger picture question in college football, but you mentioned the other day that Justin Fields was light years ahead of where you thought he would be. Joe Burrow's done well at LSU. Jalen Hurts is another transfer quarterback that's done well at Oklahoma. Why have transfer quarterbacks seemed to have had success this year? It seemed like maybe before grad transfers didn't come in and weren't as plug and play as they've been lately.
Well, I think you're talking about three guys that left three, marquee programs. And, when you have a place like Bama, you have a place like Georgia, you have a place like Ohio State, typically you're recruiting some of the best players in the country. And, when guys, they want to play. And we understand that. That's hard. And so, each individual case is unique to themselves. Jalen, Joe, they both got their degrees, and they kind of fulfilled their commitment here to the program, and so we wish him nothing but the best. That's great. And in Justin's case, he was really thirsty to play. He wanted to play, and I get that. He had a really good player in front of him, and so I don't think that that's something that should be throughout the country, or it's something that we want to support. But at the same time, it kind of is what it is, and we have to evolve with the times. And it's good to see all those guys doing well and embraced in programs that they're all doing well as well. So.
I'm sorry, we've got time for one more front row left, Nathan.
One of the other things that BB Landers mentioned earlier this week was how much it challenges this defense to go against Justin Fields in practice. What ways are you seeing that be a positive influence, I guess, on this defense?
Yeah, I think that anytime we go against each other, that really helps things. And so whether it's Chase Young going against Thayer Mumford, or Justin going against and Austin Mack going against Damon Arnett, or working against one of the linebackers, and Jeff Okudah working against Ben Vick. I mean, anytime we can go good on good, that helps us. Because I always tell the tackles, if you can block Chase, you're probably gonna be able to block most of the guys in the country. If you can pick up a blitz by Malik Harrison, you're probably gonna be able to pick up a lot of guys in the country. If you can tackle Master Teague, you're probably gonna be able to tackle a lot of the guys. So that's the whole idea of this thing: is that iron sharpens iron, and when we work against each other, we get better.
Does skill set let you give more looks or something against? I think just because being a runner and passer, he could maybe show you different things.
Well, he can do a lot. He's very versatile, and so when you're dealing with Justin, you have to be able to stop the pass, you have to be able to stop the run, and then you have to handle the opportunity for him to scramble as well. And when you have to handle all those things, it stresses out the defense.